Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome to BioShock 2. So, firstly, you probably noticed there's no music in the background. I don't know why there's no music in the background, it just randomly decides to turn off sometimes when I Alt-Tab out. Hopefully that won't be too bad of a problem going forward. We definitely do have sound, there is sound effects here, listen. You can hear it clunking away in the background, but for some reason the sound music just decided to turn off. Hopefully that won't be a long-term issue. But right, yeah, BioShock 2. So, I played BioShock last year. It's a fun game, very enjoyable, because I just fancied playing a first-person shooter at the time. And much in the same way, I just fancied playing a first-person shooter at the moment. I don't really know what put me in the mood for it. I just fancy playing something, you know, bang, bang, shooty, shooty, whatever. So, yeah, I just wanted to play a shooter. I don't actually own a lot of first-person shooters. Like, I own a lot of first-person games that sometimes have shooting in them, but it's not really about the shooting, which you technically could argue BioShock is kind of like that, but it's a lot more shootery than the kind of typical first-person games I do play. Because these days, really, if you want a decent first-person shooter, you gotta play some kind of boring-ass war simulation game nonsense thing. I don't like those kind of games. I like this kind of first-person shooter, you know, something a little bit different. But yeah, so I don't have a lot of these, but I figured, BioShock 2, it's not as good as the first, and it's definitely not as good as Infinite ended up being, but it's fine. Like, it's one of those games you say, yeah, it did what it could. It was fine, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so obviously this game is not as long as the first one because I think part of the problem was like half of the development of this went onto the multiplayer because everybody wanted BioShock multiplayer from, you know, in the first game, but they didn't have multiplayer in the first game because we don't really, not a first-person shooter game doesn't automatically have to have multiplayer. But anyway, we'll be fine. It's also got the DLC because this is the remastered version, or at least it should be the remastered version. It doesn't actually say BioShock 2 remastered there. Hang on, let me double check. I am playing the remastered version. Yes, this is the remastered version. I thought as much. It just doesn't say remastered on the thing, which is kind of weird to me, but I don't think it did on the first one either. But I might be wrong about that. But anyway, this is the remastered version, and it also includes the DLC that was originally only console exclusive for quite some time. Then they did eventually release it with the original version of the game. Obviously, the remastered version comes with it pre-installed, so that's not a problem. So we'll be playing both of those. I haven't actually played the DLC too much because I remember it being very crash happy. But then again, so is this. BioShock 2 in and of itself was not quite as stable as BioShock 1, but it was relatively stable. But the remastered version is quite crash happy. So I will be making frequent quick saves just so that I don't have to keep replaying the same bits over and over again if the game does indeed decide to crash. But let's go in on medium and we'll see where we get to, shall we? Reloading on BioShock 2. Splicer is the term used to describe inhabitants of Rapture whose excessive use of plasmids has wrecked their minds. Yeah, so this is a sequel to the first one quite directly, but we'll be getting into that. Right, space to continue. And now we get the rather lengthy opening cutscene. BioShock 1 got you straight to the action. This one's got a bit of a story to it. 1958, beneath the Atlantic Ocean. And if you didn't know, yes, you do play as a Big Daddy in this one because that was the only idea they could come up with. I do wonder what's going to happen if we get a BioShock 3. Ahoy!
Look, Daddy, it's you. Let's go out to play, Daddy. More angels, Daddy. This way.
Come with us, little girl.
You want some, big guy? Bigger they are, harder they are! Get out of here, freak!
There we are. He's perfectly safe now. This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please. Remove your helmet. Now, take the pistol. Place it against your head. Fire.
I mean, it's certainly a way to start off a game with your character basically dying. Alright. 10 years later. So it's 1968. Yeah, just for reference. If you can't do quick maths.
Hello, can you hear me?
Tenenbaum's back. Hey, I'm alive! Huh. Bullet to the head, huh? Happens all the time. And we're in! Straight in. Literally. I do wonder if maybe the original plan was you get to play that opening, but no, you don't. Got a Vita chamber there, which is useful. Very useful. Adonis Luxury Resort. Which is more or less where we sort of left off. You know, it is one of those things that kind of does sort of not really bug me as such, but I do sort of wonder about, because the area that we were just like in kind of looks like this place, only not, because like there was clearly a little sister event supposed to be here. That statue isn't there, but the room looks kind of similar to what we were just in. So I mean, it has been 10 years, so they could have remodeled multiple times between then and now, so that's possible. But I think it's probably more so overall the fact that the game design and that CG cutscene were probably made at different times. Happens a lot in games development. But yes, it's the luxury resort. So we can get through this coral. Coral. Like that. Hey. Water's coming down. And it's also... it's very wet around here. Oh no, that was a shadow. What could it possibly be? Hello. That was, of course, the much-touted Big Sister. Because I do remember that one of their ideas was that they were going to introduce... Because you got the Big Daddies, and you got the Little Sisters. So their plan was to introduce Big Sisters and Little Brothers. They never quite got around to the Little Brothers thing. It didn't really fit with everything. Because it is stated in the original game that it only works on girls, like the slug implants for some reason. It's probably some hormonal thing, I don't know. But, yeah, look, capes. Everything's still the same.
Lesson 1, Mop Jockeys. You are under the ocean now. If you feel the soft patter of rain on your hat, you're already fired. Lesson 2. You can jumpstart a dead generator with a direct spark, but clear the guests out of the pool first. Scares these rich pricks to watch a working stiff hurling thunderbolts. You follow me?
Makes sense.
Do you hear me?
Tomorrow's promise kept today. Rapture. Hello and goodbye. Excellent. Yeah, so we get the drill rather than the wrench. And the wrench was kind of iconic because you got the wrench in the first game because you had the wrench in System Shock, and I think it was sort of a backwards reference to that. But they made you a big daddy in this one, so you gotta have the drill. And look for key codes for locked doors. It's 1, 5, 4, 0, which is of course a reverse of 0451, which is the pretty popular code that a lot of game devs like to use. I don't know if it's specifically like an inner joke or something like that. I don't remember. There was a reason for it, and I did look it up at one point, and I've forgotten what it was. But it's like this code that occurs in a lot of video games. Anytime you see 0451, it's kind of an industry joke.
My husband is such a perfect idiot. Throws away all his spending money on gene tonics to affect a look of physical fitness. So he'll have an excuse to sit on his rear all day listening to radio serials. Steven, I tell him, you want to be fit? Come swim laps with me, the old-fashioned way. It's your mind that's atrophying. Maybe I'll start sneaking some brain boost into his daily regimen.
Okay, Lamb is watching. Yes, we'll be seeing a lot from Lamb as we go on forward, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Hey.
Father.
Ooh. Eleanor. Come find me soon. Yep, you get your plasmid pretty damn quickly in this game compared to the first one. It's sort of a bit of more of a lengthy intro than that. But let's get shocking.
Daddy was sleeping for such a long time, and Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better. Daddy!
Well, that wasn't very nice. Yay, we got lightning. Of course, this game introduced dual-wielding. Which was also, of course, in BioShock Infinite, because, of course, that game came afterwards, but was not in the original BioShock. You had to switch between weapons and plasmids. This game introduced the idea of dual-wielding, so you got your plasmid in one hand, and your main weapon in the other hand, which allowed for a bit more sort of... I mean, in general, it doesn't really change things too much, but you can kind of understand why people might be, oh, you should be able to dual-wield stuff, but yeah, whatever. Okay, now for the record, I did mention, you're going to see me making little quick saves now and then. It's just in case the game crashes. This game is not desperately stable. But we'll do what we can.
Try to speak through me, Lord. You know I am not worthy of your...
Hello, and goodbye. Easy. Wow. Alright. Yep, there they go. Funny enough, you actually have to walk up to these things in order for the shutters to go down.
At last, a signal. You, who are bringing this dead city to life, listen. My name, it is Tannenbaum. I know who you are, and I am in much need of your help. Please, find me in the Atlantic Express train station.
Alright, we'll do that. And of course, this, rather nicely actually, shows why Rapture isn't just a giant fish tank right now. the Big Daddies fix it. Which you also see in BioShock Infinite in the Burial at Sea DLC. Blimey. You do actually see the Big Daddies doing maintenance there too. So it is very much implied that although technically designed for protecting the little sisters, they did do other things as well. Because they probably had more Big Daddies than they did little sisters. I guess. I think. I don't know.
To my daughter, Eleanor, soon you will be born, and Rapture will be your home. You shall be raised as I was, to advance the common good through social psychiatry. This city's potential is immeasurable, Eleanor, yet our beliefs are unwelcome here. Life will be difficult, but the price of revolution is always dear. If we are patient with her, Rapture will come to us.
I haven't had a taste of Adam in weeks.
And you'll never taste it again.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember, you are not alone. Think of me not as leader, but as mother to the Rapture family.
Yeah, Lamb is a very different character compared to Ryan. We'll be learning a lot more about her as the game goes on, but she's sort of different. Whereas Ryan was all about individualism, Lamb is clearly very much into collectivism. Pros and cons of either one, I wonder.
I am back in Rapture after so many years. The little ones I rescued are grown up, and think of me no more. After what I once did to them, it was a joy to be forgotten. But now, all around the world, children vanish by the sea, kidnapped. And so I return, in fear of what I already know. Someone is making new little ones, continuing my work, my sins. Even if I am to die for it, I must stop them.
Now, of course, in the lead up to the release of BioShock 2, there was a website called There's Something in the Sea, which was not initially tied to BioShock 2's release. It was this sort of website. It had sort of 3 acts, and it's like someone had like a map of the world, and they were noticing all these disappearances, and they were trying to work out where it was, and they sort of wondered, it seems to be something in the Atlantic Ocean, because that seems to be where all the disappearances congregated. And then it pulls back from the big board to reveal that the board was in a room, and you slowly learn the story of this guy called Mark Meltzer, I believe it's pronounced. And he was sort of, I can't remember what he did as a day job, but he was like investigating the disappearances, and he eventually had an encounter with the Big Sister, and it was implied that the Big Sisters were going up to the surface to kidnap children in order to bring them to Rapture, because Rapture was essentially running out of little sisters and kids, because splicers don't exactly, have kids all that often. And then eventually he sort of left the apartment after getting all these clues, and it was this whole thing. There are plenty of video essays about it online. It's actually quite interesting. But it did lead to this.
Barely made it down alive. But here it is. And it's real. Rapture. This is where that thing took my poor baby girl. From what I saw in the sub, most of the city's in ruins. But there were lights here and there. And shapes moving. I'm rambling, scared, I guess. But maybe, if I find this Dr. Lamb I keep hearing over the PA, I'll find Cindy too.
Yeah, so there's something in the Sea website. From what I understand, Mark was not supposed to appear in the game in these audio logs. The idea of his story was that he would be left as a bit of a question mark about what happened to him at the end of There's Something in the Sea's storyline. But the website ended up being so popular, they decided to give the guy just a few little audio logs scattered throughout your story, just so you can sort of see what happened to him. And so I'll be making a point of trying to remember where they all are to pick them up as we go along. But yeah, so we've also got, again, I'm going to make a quick save just in case this goes badly. I don't know if this is liable to crash, because I know the game has had a few patches since it first came out, but I don't know, maybe not.
Big sister doesn't want you playing with me.
Hello. Missed. Ow. Hold still. Nope, she off? Yep, she's off. Alright. Yeah, you just get a little bit of a taste. That is how tough the big sisters actually are.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember, Big Sister is always watching. To steal Adam is to steal from the Rapture family. Your family.
Yes, well, we'll be dealing with the big sisters, and indeed the little sisters, as we go along. I believe in the original plan for the game, the big sister would sort of show up randomly if you were carting around a little sister with you. And the idea of it is, you know, she'd show up to try to stop you, but during playtesting, apparently people didn't like that idea because you never truly beat her. Because the idea originally was there would just be one singular big sister, and she would always run away again, and then eventually you'd have a big fight against her as maybe the last boss, I don't know. But apparently playtesters didn't like the idea that you could never actually defeat them, which I can understand, I guess, maybe.
Diane insisted that we spend a weekend at the Adonis, and already I find myself seeking a respite from my vacation. She deems it necessary to chide me for working. The words dissolve into an endless animal bleat. I founded Rapture to be free of law and God, to live among those for whom work is our wage. Yet, when Diane speaks of burying my child, I am given pause. Till now I had never considered my legacy. Perhaps after the new year.
It's nice they got the same voice actors back. Adds a nice bit of consistency to the world. Although, of course, Ryan is very dead at this point. Absolutely no way he's coming back. Got a golf club to the head. I like how you hear the big sister laugh, like it clearly leading you into a trap. Uh-oh. Hey, I'm fine. I got a suit. I'm A-okay.
In that suit, even the ocean cannot harm you. This is good. But Rapture is the death of many great men. Alone, you will not last long. You can still reach the train station. Find me there.
Alright.
Alright, diary. Last entry. Lizzie and I, we found a sphere, and we're going home. Ain't that right, baby? Next stop, topside.
Oh, I love you. It was you who saved us, Sammy. It was you, Button. What was that? What's that sound?
She's seen us. It's Lamb. Torpedo! I'll try to...
that's a new Big Daddy type that we'll definitely be seeing later on. Trust me on that. Ah. Alright. Yes, people tried to escape Rapture. It never really worked out. Although some people did. Some people did manage to get themselves out of Rapture. Because again, referring to the There's Something in the Sea website, we know of at least one person who managed to get to Rapture, left, and maybe went back. I'm not sure on that one. It's a little sort of... some of the things in There's Something in the Sea were left deliberately incomplete because it was just like one guy's investigation into it. But, yeah. I do like they added these underwater sections. There's not enough of them, really, but whatever. Gosh, a big squid. Yeah, you see all the like little holes and stuff in places. There we go. I kind of wish that what they'd done is they'd gone for sort of a more open world kind of thing, where like you'd have all these little hub areas and you'd have this large underwater section that would like connect them. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, I'm following you. But no, they just stuck with the linear level design. Actually, that is one thing that this game does that the previous game didn't do, is that the levels in this are strictly linear. You go from levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight through, and you cannot go back to previous levels, which even the first game did allow. Although I will say that Infinite also had a level structure like that. You could return to some previous areas occasionally, and you had to now and then, but in general, not really. Alright, off to the Atlantic Express area. Oh, straight in. Nice loading times. I'm fine with that. Come on. Oops. Nope, there we go. I pressed the space button, you're supposed to just finish.
Ah, Herr Delta. You arrive, as the little one said you would. Come upstairs to the ticket booth, and I will offer what I know of you.
Open the door, let me in. Alright, start scavenging for shit. Does make me wonder, like, what they're going to do with BioShock 3, because there's been rumors of a BioShock 3 for a while. I don't actually know what company it is who owns the rights to it, because I know that... is it Irrational that made these? I forget the name of the company. But they closed down, because Ken Levine just decided... I guess he didn't want to do that anymore, but, you know, whatever. Hello, you. Oh. At least I got a better chamber.
Now most who survive are like this. Splicers. They're drug addicts. Vicious animals.
And here you get this bad boy. The hack tool. Total hack. And it allows you to break into shit at a distance, which is really bloody useful. Because if you may remember in the first game, there was like, sometimes there were like a camera or something that you couldn't quite get to. You couldn't quite reach it. But in this one, that doesn't matter because you can remotely hack things. Isn't that good? And you don't have to do any plumbing either, which is definitely an improvement. Alright. Hey guys! Ugh. Well, that would happen. Gotcha. Nice and easy. Alright.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb. Andrew Ryan is dead, but the tyrant dwells within us all. Remember, we reject the gene. We reject the self. We reject the tyrant.
The hacking minigame is actually much better in this one compared to the first game, because it's kind of like a QuickTime event, but a little more involved. You've actually got to pay attention to it. You can't just spam buttons. It works quite well. The trick is to always try to get in the blue zone because that gives you bonuses.
told that the people grow tense and isolated in the absence of the sun. Now they clamor for a psychiatrist. Do they miss the state censor, I wonder? Wartime seizure of private assets? Or the checkup police vanishing them in the night? Regardless, this Lamb woman is said to be the foremost practitioner in her field. Fine. If she can quiet the rattling of the Great Chain's weakest links, I will leave her to it.
Mistakes were made. Alright. And because this game has to emulate the first one as much as it possibly can, we get sealed inside a room and spoken at by the villain for a bit.
I know you. That symbol on your hand marks you a dead man. 10 years, Subject Delta, since I watched you put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. But take heart. Out of your pain, paradise was born. I don't know how you survived, but your suffering is over now. These men will ease your burden. Please understand that like all I have done, this is an act of love.
Isn't an elevator so?
It is Sophia Lamb. She has found you.
Are you surprised? Don't worry, you can't actually die here. Ow. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much health you actually lose during that sequence, you cannot actually lose all of it. You're basically functionally immortal, and then your health actually gets topped up after the fact too, which is, it's quite nice of them, I think. Alright, back underwater again. Got that. Grab some of that.
Now you know of the enemy we share, Sophia Lamb. The camera in your helmet allows me to watch through your eyes and help you to fight her.
For about 5 minutes, and you're gonna bugger off, ain't you, Tenenbaum? But don't worry, there are reasons for that. Ooh, butterflies. Lamb will lead the way. Ooh, you're not looking too good, are you? Damaged a lot during that sequence, I guess.
Careful, security cameras belong to Lamb. But if you are clever, they can be made to serve you.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I can't believe I screwed up that first one. I haven't done that very often. Alright, well, I guess I'm just a little out of practice. Has been a long time since I played this one, actually. I do prefer the first one if I'm going to play any of them, but as I said, I played the first one last year. Was it last year? God, it probably was last year. You know what, I think let me just turn you off, because I don't need you following me around. Alright. Scavenge all the stuff. What the bloody controls are too. We should go crash that party.
Father, it's me, Eleanor. I know you're awake in there. I can feel it. Mother won't be able to toy with you like that ever again. This plasmid is for you. If I'm right, you can use it now. Please, find me.
Telekinesis, useful. Like that.
objects at foes. You can even catch grenades and throw them back.
Yay! Definitely got a different voice actress, I'm sure of it. Not necessarily in a bad way, of course, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just can't get everybody back. Now, actually, if you go backwards just a little bit now that you've got the telekinesis. Get over. Nope, not going to let me do it. I wanted to, but it's not going to let me. Oh well. And if you go to... where is it? Over here. Hey, it's a secret diary.
Hello, Mr. Diary. Want to play? Actually, I'm quite busy right now, Miss Eleanor. Maybe later. Well, all right. But do you mind if I take you apart while I wait? I promise I'll put you back together.
Wait! You can't do that! No!
Wait! Eleanor!
I like that one, it always makes me laugh. Right. No, it has just dawned on me. What if it crashes while I'm saving?
Topside now, eyeballing all the can-can girl. And if anybody gets lippy, Al, he's got the bomb.
Nuts. I saved a whole kindergarten full of cutesy little brats. And went up happy ever after. He was a pansy. End of story.
Think I give half a squirt when he's done? He's gone now, and Doc Lamb's the news.
I like that conversation. It's worth listening to because that's the conversation they're having about Jack from the first game. Because one of them's talking about him in the bad ending where he took control of the nuclear submarine. The other one's talking about the good ending where he saved all the little sisters. I believe in canon it's the good ending. Surprise! Do more damage than I remember, but then I am playing on normal difficulty rather than easy, which is what I would normally do.
There would be no Rapture without me. No city without the Atlantic Express. Ryan took his first grand tour on my flagship coach. But these days, personal bathyspheres are all the rage. My rails only connect the oldest parts of Rapture now. And the city's just left me behind. Plenty of cash in the bank, though. This private vehicle craze will blow over soon.
Well, hope so for your sake, pal. Rapture doesn't exactly take kindly to poor people. Don't worry, we'll be hearing what happened at the end of his story later. A couple of areas down the line. Alright, what else have we got? Check that. Cafeteria's worth a look. Nope, nothing there. Shush. Probably gonna get me a copyright strike now in my luck. Actually, probably not. Twitch is a little more forgiving than YouTube.
White is not black, Dr. Lamb. Down is not up, and straw is not gold. Look around you. Rapture is no miracle. It is a product of reason. Impossible unless 1 and 1 are 2, and A equates to A.
And yet, alone, each man is a prisoner to bias, dream, delusion, or the pain of a phantom limb. To one man, They are as real as rain. Reality is consensus, and the people are losing faith. Take a walk, Andrew. It is raining in Rapture, and you have simply chosen not to notice.
I will say that is one of the things that the dual wielding does not allow, is you have to just waste the bar of Eve that you've got, because you cannot reload. Because if you press the reload button, all that reloads is your weapon. You can't reload your magic meter as such. So, you know, it is what it is.
These people are hooked on some kind of genetic wonder drug called Adam.
What? Really?
Sophia Lamb is using the splicers against you.
I was listening to that.
Most big daddies are like her slaves, guarding the little ones. But someone has awakened you.
Can I listen to that again, please? Right.
These people are hooked on some kind of genetic wonder drug called Adam. I've read the word splicer scribbled on walls like a warning. One of them.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I know of your bond with Eleanor Delta. To save yourself, you will come for her. But Eleanor has a destiny, one you cannot share. There is no place for you in paradise.
You always want to hack the vending machine to get free shit out of them. Definitely worth it. Can I listen to this now, please?
These people are hooked on some kind of genetic wonder drug called Adam. I've read the word splicer scribbled on walls like a warning. One of them cornered me and Christ, his face. I had a gun, but I choked. And then out of nowhere, we both heard this singing. And he took off like hell on wheels. It sounded like a kid. A little girl. Cindy's alive. I know it in my gut.
Of course. Hey, at least we actually get to listen to it. What's this?
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for the role of evolution. Depression, fits of panic, sexual pathos, all responses to ancient selection pressure. The irony is that this theory is why Ryan's people invited me here. They mistake my study of natural law for the worship of competition. Remember, Eleanor, one must know the beast before it can be slain.
Well, one would hope. I wish the quick save button thing wasn't so intrusive. Hello! Nimble little mate, thank you.
Quickly, head for the elevator.
Stop following me!
Hurry up, will ya? Hey, that works. All these splicers all over the place. Hey, at least I'm quids in. Or dollars, I guess. Yeah, same difference.
You can't ignore me! Hey, come back!
Salted. I think, for now. Well, we can hope. And up.
Come back! You always gotta leave! Come on! I'm not done talking to you!
We'll leave the security
Now,
cameras to deal with them.
Here is what the children tell me. You are a very old Big Daddy, bonded for life to a single little one. When you are apart for too long, your body begins to shut down like a coma. As long as the girl is in the rapture, you are trapped here as well. The name of your little one is Eleanor Lamb, daughter of Sophia. She is kept at Fontaine Futuristics on the other side of the city. You must go there and save her before it is too late.
That'll be easy. No problem. Alright. Hi! New ammo type. Yeah, special ammo variety added effect. Trap ammo. Nice stuff. Trap ammo will go off with enemies, but not with you, even if you are not the one to place it. Okay. What was the... That's right, you just press the button multiple times. I knew there was a way to do it. As I said, it's been a while, so I need to remember some of this stuff.
Dr. Siu Chong's death was a nasty blow to the Protector program, but I'm gradually settling into his role, picking up the slack that his carelessness left behind. We are gaining steam again, but I'm not satisfied. Yes, the Big Daddy defends the girl, but he is programmed only for the fight. Like a sheepdog who wanders off unless a wolf is tearing at his flock. When no aggressor is present, he regards his little sister as he might a common houseplant. We need something more, something stronger, an unbreakable physiological bond.
Now, when I played BioShock 1, I did notice that, or when I was playing it like last year on the stream, I sort of mentioned that the name Gil, presumably referring to Gil Alexander, is mentioned in literally one audio log. One single one, which is what you find in like Ryan's office area, in like the large room before you get to his actual office. And the name is literally mentioned once. Just some random name drop of Gil. And they built this entire character around that one name. It's always fun when devs do that. I always like it. Because it is clearly implied that, oh yeah, he's clearly got something to do with it. Easy. Traps. Nothing in the trash can. Sorted. Have a couple of trap rivets, because we might need them somewhere along the line.
Here, in the ticket booth. Press the button so we can speak face to face.
Yeah, I'm just setting up for something in a minute. Don't worry about it. Ahoy!
You see? This is why I must fight Sophia Lamb. She is using the new little ones for something. And I have returned to rescue them. If I do not, more children will die for my sins. And the rapture nightmare will repeat forever. Now, we must talk.
Citizens of Rapture, this is Subject Delta. Behind that mask hides an enemy of the people, without soul or sympathy. It is a beast apart, and as family, we must tear out its jaw and drive it back into the sea.
Lamb will take this place apart to find you. Please hold back the splicers until we escape.
I will say, the character models on your friendly characters are much better in this game compared to the last one. Ooh, hello. Ow.
Thank you. Now I must leave you. And I am sorry for this, but there are others I must help before the city drowns. This man Sinclair, he is an ally, and will guide you to Eleanor. Goodbye, Herr Delta. And good luck.
Well, look at you. A bona fide knight in armor, complete with iron horse. The name's Augustus Sinclair, Sport, Esquire. Old Tannenbaum and I share an interest in the old Fontaine building, the very same place you'll find Eleanor Lamb. I think you and I can do business. Take the train to Ryan Amusements. I'll see you shortly.
Yeah, so Tannenbaum literally disappears from the game. Not in it as of now. And she says, oh, there's other people I need to help. She shows up again in the DLC, which I guess was the sort of a setup for that. But it was always a bit weird that it, like, because I remember a lot of the advertising was about, oh, Tannenbaum's gonna, like, help you. And that's, like, literally just the first 2 levels. And after that, it's Sinclair who helps you throughout the whole game. So, I don't know, it's one of those things, I guess.
Sophia Lamb has taken Rapture and is responsible for stealing children from the surface. Her splicers destroyed my submersible and forced me to run. But the ticket booth here is secure, and though I cannot trust him, Sinclair is a valuable ally. I have already rescued a few of the new little ones from Lamb. They all want to know how we will get home. I wish I had the right words for them.
Alright, well, off to the next level. And yep, we take the train rather than a bathysphere this time. Much better. Ah yes, Ryan Amusements. The first sort of proper level, because like the first 2 bits you play, they're very linear, they're kind of straight lines. Ryan Amusements is the first proper level of the game, where you get a nice sort of open hub bit. It's not big. This game isn't that long, like I said, but, you know, it is what it is.
Whoa there. Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up ahead.
Ooh, chilly.
As you can see, Chief, the station here's iced over. To reach Eleanor Lamb at Fontaine headquarters, we'll have to clear the way. Now, in order to melt that ice, you'll need a plasmid, like a handful of hellfire. We used to sell a fine old product called Incinerate in the amusement park up yonder. Go on and find a way in. I've already been on all the rides.
Yeah, so we get Ryan Amusements, which is basically the Rapture equivalent of fucking Disney World. It's, yeah, it's about what you'd expect with that sentence behind it. But we'll get into it. Not a problem. We will be reborn. That's a nice theory.
Eleanor is progressing brilliantly. My physical participation in her birth was minimized,
Oh,
of
God.
course. It is vital that I am unhindered by nature's crude bias. I will be, above all, her intellectual progenitor, loyal not to her, but to the people she will ultimately save. But I admit, it is with some measure of pride that I review her marks in standard intelligence tests. As an agent of our beliefs, she may surpass even me.
sure there's a saying about pride that applies there. Right. Let's see. Nothing else much around here. I think these are like shoe buff things. Don't know, but I imagine sitting here, having a nice view of the ocean, getting your shoes shined. Yeah, I could see that.
Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Insert your ticket now. Half price for children under 3.
Honestly, I'm surprised there's even a promotion like that in Rapture. But then it's children under 3, so... that's a pretty small window.
You're a rare old model, son. Alpha series, I believe. Now, Rapture's full of scientific wonderments just like you. And if we can sell them to the world at my price, well, curing your condition ought to be a cakewalk. Once we find Eleanor, the sky's the limit.
Ooh, oh my god. Maybe later, it's all locked up at the moment. Hey, look, and you get a power to the people station, because I guess of course you do. Now, here's fun. In the first BioShock, there were exactly the right number of power to the people stations that you needed to have all the upgrades in the game. Not in this one. In this one, there are not enough. I think there's about 5 less than what you actually need to upgrade all your shit. So you've got to think very carefully about what you get. Personally, I'm going to go for rivet gun damage. The rivet gun is essentially your pistol. So, you know, getting pistol upgrade is typically a nice starter one. Hey, and you even get a little physical change on the thing, which was in the first game as well, but it's a nice touch. Number of times you see games that you have, oh yeah, upgrade your stuff, but there's no actual like changes to them. It's always a nice touch when that happens. Alright.
I was hired to engineer a park the likes of which no man has seen. Now all I do is watch over it like a grizzled sheepdog. My first line of mechanical puppets made the children here cool with wonder. But Ryan thought my vision was immature. Antiquated, he said. This place could have been something magical. But instead, he turned it into a school. No, a cathedral. Dedicated to himself.
Can I come out to play again, Mr. B?
Hello. We'll be dealing with that later. Yay, I got a ticket. I gotta go and
Jim dandy. That'll get you in the park. But buying Incinerate's gonna cost Adam. It's a sort of genetic goo that lets you rewrite whatever God gave you. The little sisters carry the stuff, as you may recall, so you'll need to locate one. I heard whispering near the El Dorado Lounge. Have a look.
Oh yeah. Friggin' machine gun. Yes, please.
Listen up! Choppers! Get yourselves hid! No fuck-ups this time!
Subtle.
Daddy's home! Take aim! Fire!
I forgot how inaccurate this thing is. It's better on bigger enemies, and trust me, there will going to be bigger enemies later on. I just figured I'd show it off for you guys first. Yeah, personally, I do prefer the rivet gun. It's a lot more accurate. As I said, it's basically the difference between a pistol and a machine gun. Right. Okay, so make another quick save just before we take a short little break. So, yes, we'll head off into Ryan Amusements proper, because, you know, we've had a look at the trains, we've had a look at the lobby, we've got park security, and we've got all the main stuff, the El Dorado Lounge, the Hall of the Future, souvenirs, and Journey to the Surface, which is the main attraction. I'll be honest with you, in terms of amusement parks, this one's pretty shit. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion on the matter. Back in a minute, guys. And we are back. Alright, Ryan Amusements. Well, it's certainly amusing, but for all the wrong reasons.
I am Andrew Ryan. Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Please enjoy the park.
Okay, free sample, not the kind of thing you'd expect associated with Andrew Ryan, let's be honest here. But, hey, look at this. Gene tonics, that's always a good thing for a laugh. Ah, gene tonics. Right, so yes, this one just makes you move faster, because why not? And personally, I preferred this system better to the system we had in the first game, because in the first game, you had 3 sets of 6. In this game, you just have this. Because it's not like 3 separate sets of 6, it's just 18. Just blanket. They all go into one giant pool rather than 3 different ones. And I think that works a bit better. It allows for more unique, varied play styles as you want to do things. But yay, free samples, because why not? Okay, let's see if we can remember what's what, because honestly, I don't. Oh yeah, those security booths, they open up later on. Unfortunately, there's a giant freaking fire there, so we're not going that way. Listen, we can listen to the founding of Rapture.
Andrew Ryan wakes one night while cruising the Atlantic in his steamliner, the Olympian. His sleep interrupted with a singular purpose. Here, he shouts to his crewmen as he wipes sleep from his eyes. Full stop. We begin building here.
Yes, of course, because that makes total sense.
Refitted for heavy construction, the Olympian returns with a new cargo. A state-of-the-art submersible platform, nicknamed the Sinker, ferries supplies and workers to the sea floor, fathoms below. After initial supplies have been brought to the seafloor, the platform is permanently moored in the sediment. Massive iron girders are sunk hundreds of feet into the rock and silt. Below the platform, engineers work to overcome obstacles such as diamond-hard rock, obstinate sea life, and unexpected
Makes sense. Goes over to the other side. Ooh, we'll have a look at that in a minute. But yeah, it literally just says, you don't know what this one is. I'm not sure what that one's supposed to be, but...
After the platform is secured, work progresses at an astounding rate. Designed to be the foundation of Rapture, workers toil around the clock to create the metropolis you see today.
And this presumably would be like the last one of them, hey, being all like, hey, you know, this is the amazing thing that we did with the thing, and it's all destroyed. It's probably symbolic, something in there somewhere, symbolism, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well. Yeah, that music takes ages to cut off.
I love the kids in Miss Englert's 3rd grade class, but boy, I had no idea what I was getting into, volunteering to chaperone this New Year's sleepover party at Ryan Amusements. Donnie, get down off that exhibit, and I told you, spit out that gum! You'll choke! The kids' parents deserve a night off to enjoy New Year's, but I'm at my wit's end. Donnie, I told you!
Aren't kids fun?
Mean. You're mean, Roger. Probably your clumsy, fat hands that loused it up.
Typical broad. Stay away from things you don't know nothing about.
Gotcha. They're in for a surprise.
I'm better than this. You're worth nothing.
Woo! She saw me. She won't see anything ever again.
Seems like everybody's on the go these days. Everybody but you. You still haven't experienced Ryan Industries' new spring line of plasmids. Isn't it about time you got caught up? Evolve today.
Yes. There's the Gatherer's Garden, which is quite literally glowing, which is rather ominous. But we'll be coming here properly later on, of course. But for now, you can actually sort of get a sneak preview of what there is. Hello.
We lost another of the Alpha Series protectors today in testing. Somewhere outside the city limits, he simply vanished. For these men, Rapture has no walls. We must find a method of conditioning them against abandonment of the Little Sisters. Something physical, possibly even lethal. The lab aides are starting to call them Big Daddies. Perhaps there's some genius to that. bonded pairs, connected by a love that kills.
It's funny how that particular bit about how Big Daddies and Little Sisters are bonded together kind of changes depending on which game you're playing. All three of them have an ever so slightly different viewpoint on it.
I raised my children there, bastards!
Dr. Lamb says babies like music. Came back, huh?
I'll find you! It's an outrage!
You think I won't slug you one? What?
I forgot you can aim down the sights in this game. And then I remembered, and then I started using it, and it was good. So that's nice. God, I'm rolling in cash. Alright. I don't remember. I think the limit is 600. Because it was one of those things that always bugged the hell out of me in the first game, is that... careful. Is that you can... delete that. Yeah, he tells you exactly the same things he told the last guy too, for the record. But the cash is given for slots, but the maximum you can carry is 500. At least in this game, it's given 3 slots, and the maximum you can carry is, I think, 600. That can be upgraded to 800. Which is actually quite nice. They don't do that in the first game, but they do put that in this game, so that's always good. Scavenge everything.
Used to be there was no margin in running the gift shop. I couldn't hardly sell off this tourist crap for a penny more than the cost of manufacture. Then I met a straight shooter named Sinclair, and he laid a sweet deal on me. Says he's got some hard luck folks down at Popper's Drop can whip up this junk at half the cost I used to pay. Yeah, I had to pick a needle or two out of the shipments, but all in all, nobody's the wiser, and I'm all the richer.
Doing cheating and jumping over that like that. Tisk tisk. Okay. Gens? None of those round here, mate, trust me. Well, at least they flushed. Nice. And can't do that. Alright. Whop. More of those, thank you. Gonna need them when we face off against that Big Daddy. Because, yeah, surprise, surprise, we gotta face off against the Big Daddy. I know, you're shocked. A few heavy rivets, that's always nice.
I know the surface, Eleanor. I spent half a lifetime there, in service of the common good. But then, I heard my own words twisted by fat old men squatting over the embers of Hiroshima. Were the modern world a patient in my care, I would diagnose it suicidal. On perhaps that point alone, Andrew Ryan is correct. Rapture is deliverance. Together, we are the family. And through unity, we transcend the self.
I was sitting duck!
Yes, yes you are. But don't worry, we'll deal with that soon enough. Oh wait, we just did. Yay! Alright. It's always nice to get a free shit even if you don't necessarily need it. And it's just worth hacking these ones, because if a splicer decides to use it, well, that means that they end up getting damaged. So yeah, just hack everything you can. Worth it in the long run. Right. Can't go through that door yet. It is unfortunately locked. Bye-bye.
Until you arrive, Father, I'm trapped here. Smuggling these gifts out is the most I can do to help.
Makes sense. Drill power. It's something.
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for...
Eleanor Lamb speaking. Mum says I'm not to play with the other children because they're being raised on a diet of dog-eat-dog. I wanted to see these dog-eaters, so I waited until Mum was gone and went out to find one. And guess what? The dog-eaters wear human skins. It makes them look just like us.
Alright. Pick that up. We can use that later. After the fight, of course. Up you get. Alright. As you can probably imagine.
Now that Big Daddy won't bite until you do. But to get to Lil Sis, you gotta put the old boy down for good.
Lay out a couple of traps. So it takes a bit of damage when it's running around and chasing me. Hello. Don't worry, relax. Alright. Oh, we've got his anti-personal rounds.
Mr. Bubble.
I haven't died already, will you? Ooh, dear, that ain't good. Reload. Reload.
Take a breath, son. You did it. Now, just let her ride on your shoulders and she'll trust you like her own daddy.
Yep, you don't just take them straight to the vents or anything like
We're
that.
in business. Now, there are corpses all over Rapture, and little Dimples there can sniff out the atom on them. Find one.
Yeah, you don't just cure them. You got to actually spend a bit of time harvesting with them first, because I guess somebody really liked the last part of BioShock 1. Like, literally the only person in the world who liked the last part of BioShock 1 was the guy who had the idea for this. Or it could have been a girl. I mean, you know, who knows at this point. But, yeah. It's basically the last part of BioShock 1 over and over and over again. Which is of questionable fun, I guess. But it is what it is. It's a necessary evil.
I found one of those children at last. Filthy dress, all alone. I approached her, praying that it was my little girl. But she was gorging herself on blood from a corpse. It wasn't her. I stared, just reeling. And then that skinny, armored freak that took Cindy jumped me, shrieking like an animal. I escaped, but could Cindy have become one of those things? I've got to find her, now more than ever.
And as the pop-up says, if you hold the R button...
Smell the atom, Daddy? Over there.
There it is. Yep.
She's got a juicy one, but when she starts draining out the atom, the splicers will come running. Be ready before you set her down on that body.
So, highly recommend you put as many traps and things around here as you can, just to keep yourself as defended as possible, of course. If you need some traps, if you need more trap rivets, you can, of course, get them from here. Recommend you put as many as you can. They won't all be used up, but obviously you want as many usable.
Just put her right down on that corpse.
I know! Shut up! I'm doing a thing. Right. Because they like to jump down off of there too. Like that. As many as you can. There are limits, actually. I'm pretty sure your old trap... Yeah, look, they've started disappearing. Your old traps start disappearing. I don't think too many people come down there, but I think we'll be okay. Tell you what, let's take rid of you. Drop one.
I know I'll reach that new Jerusalem.
Is someone up there? What are you doing up there?
She must...
Really? Really? You got yourself killed on my traps? You bastard. I'm gonna buy more. Guy must have just spawned in. Right. Come on. Right, that'll do it. Alright, we'll switch over to the heavies. And because why the hell not? Things are about to happen.
We found it!
We did!
That is a child of the family, not a toy for you to exploit and discard. It is fitting that you expire here. One more forgotten curio in Ryan's shrine to the self.
Here they come. Keep the splicers off her now till she's finished, or they'll never give up the hunt.
Hand me that gun! No! I'm not speaking.
Nice. Okay. Excellent. See? It's easy. Barely had to do anything.
Nicer than other daddies.
Damn straight. Alright.
Now you know the stakes, son. But a plasmid costs a bit more atom yet. Keep it up.
Yes, if you trap the area up to hell and back, they mostly won't get to you. Not every area is as easily trappable as this. Obviously, this is just like the first area, so you do what you can, get what you can, and if you're lucky, it shouldn't be a problem in the long run. Fair enough. And as you can see, you have to gather twice with each one, so you know, it is what it is.
For children just like you,
because the world above had become unfit for us. But here, beneath the ocean, it is natural to wonder if the danger has passed. If those we left behind will ever come to their senses. So, let us imagine, you and I, what might befall us on the surface.
For the record, if you're interested in getting the achievement 9 Irony, which is where you use a golf club to whack a mannequin of Ryan, that is as good a place as any to do it. For the record, if you're so inclined to do so.
I told you about this one.
There goes one. The other two are hiding.
Hand me that child now! How could you? Shadows won't hide me for long.
600.
Gotcha. This door's locked, which you'll be able to get into later, which you want to, because hey look, there's a thingy in there. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Alright, so moving on. Keeping the scavenging going.
I think all of the children have finally fallen asleep. And now that the park is all quiet, I can't sleep myself. I guess it's just you and me, Mr. Voice Recorder. You, me, in 1959. I wonder what the new year will... What was that? Something's happened. The lights are going out. Kids, stay in your sleeping bags. It's gonna be fine.
Yep, turns out there was a school trip going on. Hello. When the, the big revolution happened. Because no one ever thinks of the children. I remember there being someone hiding behind that box, but I think that's the woman who's over here. I think she runs away and hides behind the box. I think? I don't know, I can't remember now. Alright. Hello. Personal rounds, always nice. So of course we are currently running along the Journey to the Surface ride, so this is what people would see. It's like, oh yeah, lots of trees, lots of lovely trees.
On the surface, the farmer tills the soil, trading the strength of his arm for a home and lands of his own. But the parasites say no. What was yours is ours. We are a state. We are gone. We demand our share.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, that does kind of happen. Not quite that bad, though.
What? What do you want with her? I was in the dark.
It's dancing, Daddy! Dancing!
It is. Good chunk. You can open up a couple of these doors, which just lead back up to the upper area if you need to. I don't. The level is structured in such a way that you do kind of have a linear wind through it, but in and of itself it is more open than the previous areas, which are very linear.
Lamb is becoming a problem. The woman is a damned collectivist. Here in Rapture, how could the council fail to see it? Worse, to hide her intent, she gulls these patients of hers into a religious frenzy. A new Kremlin will rise and swallow the council house before they realize they've been had. I will have my city swindled by the parasite. Whatever its guise, it is time, I think, to
took him long enough to realize, I guess. But oh well. At that point already? Hey, there it is.
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's.
I've been rationing my supplies ever since the park got cut off from the rest of Rapture. Gotta stay strong. I'm holed up in this workshop, surrounded by those wailing brats, trying to beat their way in. They want my food, my guns. They want it all. But I got a plan. Gotta fix up the transport sub that's been rusted in the maintenance bay. Then I'm gonna get the hell out of this hole. These animals want Rapture? They can have it.
How'd that work out for you, pal? One thing you will probably notice, or you can at least put the pieces together, because the idea, of course, is that the... I thought there was money behind there. There was like a school trip going on. I think the idea is all the people in this area are the school kids grown up, because they've been trapped here for 10 years. I think that's what the implication is supposed to be, because they're kind of all wearing torn up school uniforms. I think? I mean, that's a pretty dark idea if that is the case, but I mean, it's about what you'd expect from a game like this. Alright. Drop a bunch of traps around here. We got the turret, so that'll help. Okay, where else? Nope, none of the other ones are gone yet. So it looks like we're good on that. Switch across to you. Quick save. Just in case. Anytime you do something big. I will say this has actually been a lot more stable than I remember. Maybe they patched up the problems.
I do not hate you, Delta. Indeed, I care for you in equal measure to any other sentient creature. But I cannot sacrifice 1,000 of my children for one rebellious son.
You're gonna hurt her! Oh, great! Fine! Yeah, hide for 110 Please, from the light! Punishment!
My symbol to have that. This was some oof! At least read our pamphlet. Make it stop! Heavens!
I'm
You do! Unhand her! 600!
Ridiculous! Ridiculous! The family sends its regards.
Woo! Hello.
Daddy, I'm ready.
You're nothing but a weight!
I'm telling the other girl.
Alright, Chief, we've almost got enough Adam now. To get the rest, you'll have to take care of that little sister. There should be one of the air vents they favor in the workshop. Bring her down there.
Nice and simple. That's how you like it. Set up enough traps. That takes care of the first few. There is... It's one of those things where I always feel like there should be a limit on how many can spawn during a wave, but it doesn't work like that. It's just they keep spawning until you're done. That's how it works. So, yeah, it doesn't matter how many you kill, there will always be more, but I always feel like there should at least be a number limit. I don't think there is. I don't remember that off the top of my head anyway. But hey, you get a lot of shit out of it. Plenty of cash. Seems I used up quite a lot of it on ammo for these two fights. Alright, so yeah, you do a couple of harvests, and then you drop them off an event, which allows you to cure them. It's not explained why you can cure them, you just kind of can. I believe there was originally a plan that at first you couldn't cure them, you could only like drop them off at the vent, and you would eventually later on find a way to cure them, but again, I think for expediency's sake they took that out.
Rapture is a paradise of the ego, Eleanor. Under Ryan, the voices of an entire city sing the virtues of greed and pride. But truth, rather, is in the body. Already they grow weary of struggling against one another in fruitless competition. Observe the bent backs, the drawn faces. Ryan promised us more, they seem to say. In what shall we now believe? And Eleanor, it is our task to answer.
Yeah, well, good.
The parasite makes nothing for itself. Its only tools are taxes and tithes meant to trick you into offering what it has not earned. In Rapture, we keep what is ours.
I do hope in eternity there will be time to pick Sophia's brain.
On the surface, the scientist invests the power of his mind in a single miraculous idea and naturally begins to rise above his fellows. But the parasites say no. Discovery must be regulated, it must be controlled, and finally, surrendered.
Yes, but look what happened in a city where discovery was, you know, unregulated.
An artist strives to frame his ideals in an image, to challenge his audience and make his vision immortal. But the parasites say, no, your art must serve the cause. Your ideals endanger the people.
I always find it hilarious how bloody hypocritical Ryan is. Woo, hello.
I still serve.
Come back here. Where was the other one? I know for a fact there was two.
What you want?
Good enough. Ow. All that for that. Good enough. I also do like that you can only carry up to 5 health and plasmid top-ups, as opposed to 9, which was in the last game, which was honestly too much. I'm glad they limited it to just 5. You can increase that number with some gene tonics later on, if you want to. Again, because gene tonics are obviously optional. You do whatever the hell you want.
Lacking its own ingenuity, the parasite fears the visionary. What it cannot plagiarize, it seeks to censor. What it cannot regulate, it seeks to ban. Rapture was founded on an idea, and here they are held inviolate.
No rules, except the rules we don't want you to break.
Now, Tannenbaum would have you turn that sister human again. You'll get just enough Adam for our purposes, and the girls will likely try to repay you somehow. But Rapture's a high-stakes town, son, and she is a jackpot. You just have to be willing to take it all. You'll harvest more Adam than the price of 1 plasmid, so the rest is gravy. Think about it. Down here, it's your survival or hers.
Binary moral choices. Because the world is so simple like that. Oh, that ain't good. Oh, oh dear. Where's the nearest? Where's the nearest? Where's the nearest? Thingy. Actually, hang on. Let me check my map a sec. Where is the nearest? I don't know. Let me zoom in. That's the wrong button. No, that was zoomed. That's zoomed in. That's not very zoomed in. I'm trying to work out if that's further on down there or not. Pulls that out rather spectacular. Oh yeah, there it is. I was running the wrong way. Hold up. Hold that door. Yeah. Woo. Hey. Now I can hack you too. Let's try that again. This time with a little less sucking.
Can feel I'm back on the old estate.
Hey, got it right that time. Alright. One bite to chamber. Yes, bring the little sister to event allows you to choose whether to rescue or harvest her. If you harvest her, you'll gain maximum Adam to spend on plasmids, but she will not survive the process. If you rescue her, you'll get less Adam, but the girl will be cured. For the record, it is entirely worth, you know, saving them. Like, even in the first game, it was kind of worth that, but in this game, you get a couple of special plasmids from the girls, where they will actually give you things that A, allow you to harvest more Adam when you're harvesting with the little sisters, and B, things to speed that harvesting process up. You still end up with less Adam overall, but in general it is just worth it because of the extra bonus stuff that you get. Rescue or harvest? Rescue. Because as I say, it's just worth it. Woo! Nice.
Well, our Tin Man had a heart all along. Personally, I call that a liability, but you have enough Adam now. Barely. Head to the Hall of the Future and splice up with Incinerate.
You know, I'm trying to think. This is 19... What year was it they all came down here? It's during the 40s. Was Wizard of Oz a film at that point? I forget what year Wizard of Oz came out. I don't know. I'm just wondering if that's one of those things where, oh, people make references but forgetting what year it happened, you know? That works. Where the hell were you? Leave me to do all the bloody work. Alright, so we got our Adam. So let's get the hell out of here, shall we? We've been to most other places so far.
On the surface, your parents sought a private life, using their great talents to provide for you. They learned to twist the lies of church and government, believing themselves masters of the system. But the parasites said, no. The child has a duty. He will go to war and die for the nation.
Right, let's see. We've got... Ah yes, climb up the giant hand. Da, 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 da. Secret area. Oh dear. What happened to the teacher?
2 weeks at my last count. 2 weeks since we were trapped in this rotten park. I haven't been eating. Children need all the supplies we've got left. Need them more than I do. I don't know what's gonna happen. I can feel myself getting weaker. The children have noticed the condition I'm in, of course. What will happen once I'm gone? I'll be all alone.
I do enjoy electrifying water. There's something oddly satisfying about that. Right. Hello. Right, what do we got? Machine gun damage? That's a definite. Recoil might be useful later on. But for now, we'll stick with damage upgrades.
I met with Sinclair today of Sinclair Solutions. It's this pseudo-legal firm he set up to take problems Ryan doesn't want to admit he has and make them go away. I could fill 40 front pages of the Tribune with stories about this fella. He wasn't paying not to. And he's got work for me, right? I ask what? And he flashes me these $1,000 Steinman teeth saying this job will, quote, change history.
Yes, try to remember, Mr. Poole. We'll be hearing from him later. Unsurprisingly. There. A second. Oh wait, is it this room? It might even have been this room. I can't remember. There's like a room around here where you need to destroy a pallet to get past. It might have been that room and it like got destroyed when I zapped the water. Not sure. I vaguely remember that, but I can't remember where it was.
Shelter. Who called this trash? Blasted. At least read our pamphlet. I wit's on my side. Ruffian.
Yeah, well, that worked. Ah, here it is. See if we can actually get behind this pallet by whacking it. I knew it was around here somewhere, I just couldn't remember where.
Third session today with this amazing limey shrink, Dr. Sophia Lamb. She said that all Ryan's horse shit about always looking out for number one is turning us little guys against each other. And what we need is unity, solidarity. Then, she held up a mirror. Turns out, I wear my hair and mustache just like Ryan. So today, I'm spreading the word about Lamb. And tonight, I'm shaving my whole stupid head.
Unable to provide for itself, the need of the parasite grows until war is made to justify it. Your parents brought you to Rapture, where you need never fear the parasites again. So you see, there is no place for you on the surface. But you may bring the world to you. If you know someone who belongs in Rapture, write a letter to the Ryan Industries mailroom. And you never know. The next new face might be familiar.
Unfortunately, it's all kind of destroyed. This is why you had to go around in the first place. It's like for the bloody national anthem. What a bullshit.
I know this facility is vital to the preservation of secrecy in Rapture. But seeing myself transformed into that lurching waxen nightmare, do children truly respond to this? Still, I spoke to a young man exiting the park after the grand opening, asking him what, if anything, he had learned here. He said his chores didn't seem so bad anymore, as long as Mother wouldn't send him to the surface.
Good enough. You probably noticed there was a lot of alcohol in here. There's a reason for that. Pick this up. Booze Hound. Yep, drink to your health with Booze Hound. Alcohol restores a small amount of ETH rather than draining it. Which, you know, I may as well equip because I've got space for it. But for the record, it doesn't take away the drunk effect you get. So if you drink too much, your head still goes all... Your vision, I should say, still goes all wibbly. So use it at your own risk, I guess.
I've got a little dating tip for you, Jimbo. It'll get you out of that Lonely Hearts Club for good. This scheme works 100% of the time, guaranteed. First, find some Betty and take her to Ryan Amusements. Then, you go to the gift shop, buy her a teddy bear. This is key. I ain't kidding around. Then, you buy her a ticket on Journey to the Surface. As soon as you hit that first scare, bingo! Tunnel of Love.
He sounds like a friendly guy, doesn't he? Right. Off to get a plasmid. We've already been down here, so nothing could possibly go wrong. Is it darker here, or is it just me?
So, you would drain the people of their life's blood. Rapture is a body, Delta. I am the voice, and Big Sister is the hand. When Rapture speaks of you, it says only this. Sleep now. Your day is done.
Alright, so we definitely need Incinerate. Pop that in there.
Light up enemies to 1,000 degrees. Warning, fire spreads.
Evolve today. Yeah! And we should probably also, well, we can pick up a health upgrade. That's always nice. Do we want a health upgrade? Yeah, we'll get the health upgrade. But we don't want that.
Congratulations on your recent purchase of the Incinerate Plasmid. Say, Tom here is having a romantic evening with a gal. What would impress her more than lighting the fireplace with a snap of your fingers?
Wasn't me.
Oh, a party here, but this party just hit the skids. Carl needs a light for his cigar, and no one can help him.
I do like the idea. The fact that these are clearly burned implies that a lot of people did that, which is, I don't know, funny to me. Okay. Melting. And there's a second Gatherer's Garden. See, that's why I told you not to pick up the stuff, second one earlier. You can if you want it, I guess, but... Yeah, we don't get the ice one, at least not yet. But you can get a bunch of stuff here. Unfortunately, you can't get the gene upgrade because of the price of the Incinerate being 90, which I always thought was a mistake. I always thought maybe that was supposed to be 80. Because then it means you can't get the second Eve upgrade, and once you leave the area, you can't come back to pick it up, I don't think. I don't know, I forget. But, you know, it is what it is. You can buy a Gene Tonic slot if you want, but I'm going to save my item for later. But, Ayo, it is what it is. I think maybe they made it over 80 so that you couldn't just drop the Eve off at the vent, but I think you're programmed so you can't do that anyway, so, you know. It is what it is. For the record, you can choose between, you know, spending your thing on the health upgrade there, or not, as you want. Right. Unfortunately, it's time for a fight. Just in case. Lots of things bouncing around. You can, you know, you got stuff here, so you can, like, buy things if you want to upgrade and whatnot, but time to fight a sister. Where are you running off to? Haha. Ow. Hold still. Gotcha. Where were you two?
Holy Moses, son. Not even a big sister can keep you down. Well, come on back and melt the ice and we can say goodbye to this 2-bit colony ride.
On the plus side, you do get Adam from the big sister, so that's nice. That is very nice, which we can now, of course, go and spend. A couple of them might be nice. Right, let's go get that Eve upgrade I wanted. And maybe another one. See, that's why I didn't want to spend the Adam, because I knew that was coming. I did say I'd save it for later. So we definitely want the Eve upgrade, that's nice. You can buy yourself a gene tonic slot, but you don't really have enough gene tonics to really worry about that yet. Recommend buying gene tonic slots as you need them, rather than just buying them because you have the funds for it. Personally, I want to get Armored Shell, but that'll be for later. Alright. So there's the first big sister dead. As I say, in the original plan for the game, the big sister would run away after your fight and just like drop a vial of Adam or something like that for you to pick up. Or some kind of reward box or something. Kind of like the Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, I think is how she was originally going to work. But as I said, they didn't like the idea that you couldn't really beat her properly, so they changed that. Which is a shame, because like, Nemesis is great, and I would have loved something like that. But, it is what it is. It's what they decided to do, so that's what they did. I do wonder if the game might have been better if they'd done that, but anyway. One thing you can do. Got a whole bunch of stuff, including...
He's gone. James was the only man I ever loved, and now it's like he never even came to Rapture. He heard me sing at the Limbo Room, came up all bashful. He liked hearing songs about what it's really like to live in this town. I think he's been trying to organize folks against Ryan. And now he's gone. And I'm here, singing Rise, Rapture, Rise. Scared to death they're gonna come for me.
Grace is important to remember because, well, she's in the next area. We'll be meeting with her shortly, or maybe today, maybe not. Next area is a bit longer than this one, so maybe we'll get to that today. Maybe we won't, but it's gone 5, so we're going to take another quick break, and then we'll move on to the next area. Back in a minute, guys. And we are back. Alright, let's go and get out of the way, buddy. Right, yeah, let's go and melt some ice. And wrong button. Very loud ice melting, but okay.
Outstanding, sport. You're proving to be quite a windfall. Now just open the train tunnel from the security booth there, and I'll come out and jump on. I like to look a man in the eye when I give him my word. You and me, kid, we're going places.
I had thought you some golem of Sinclair's, brought here to hold Rapture's arms while he rifles through her pockets. But no, you are aware of your plight. Who, I wonder, would be so cruel to force a mirror on a man with no face?
Lamb was waiting for us. Come out shooting and start the train.
What a fun night.
Good enough. Wow, we fell off on the wallet already? Mind me. Doesn't take long, does it? Way too much stuff. Yeah, look, you can come into Sinclair's little area where he was hiding out.
Andrew Ryan. He reckoned the free market was some kind of Holy Spirit gonna lead us all over the rainbow. And I reckon it's a big fat hooker too dim to spot a wooden nickel. So old Andy went and became his own ghost, and I whittled nickels till I made a mint.
He sounds like such a nice guy to be teaming up with. Warning, you're about to leave this level. Make sure you've done everything you want before proceeding past this point. Yeah, that's just the game's way of saying there ain't no backtracking in this one. Again, last game you could revisit previous areas with, I think, a couple of minor exceptions, like you couldn't visit the welcome area again, and you couldn't visit Ryan's place again, but you could revisit all the other areas as much as you wanted, although there was no real reason to. But you could. In this game, it's a lot more linear, so it is what it is. You coming in, guys? They can, technically speaking, come with you, but whether or not they do is, I guess, a matter of... It doesn't matter. Yeah. Let's go! We're off! I've done everything. As far as I can remember. I don't think I missed anything. After Pauper's drop. Ah. Guess what kind of people are here. So, yeah, off to the next area. Now, as I mentioned, we will be listening to Grace quite a lot in this place. As well as a new enemy gets introduced. Hello.
Attention. Subject Delta is now trapped in Pauper's Drop. All railcar travel is suspended until he is found. Remember, the enemy is alone. We are the family.
Lamb's trying to box us in, kid. This is a goddamn citywide lockdown. To keep the train moving, you need the security override key from the local governor, Grace Holloway. She kicked me out of my own hotel down here, the Sinclair Deluxe. Find her and get that key.
So off we go to the Sinclair Deluxe. After we've done a bit of exploring in the immediate vicinity, of course. Nope. Okay. It's good to know where the bot shutdown button is, just in case. It can be a bit dangerous otherwise. Unfortunately, we don't have the key for this yet. I remember this area being particularly susceptible to crashing, so I may make a little more frequent when it comes to the quick saves. Again, it seems a lot more stable than I remember, so maybe they did fix it, but honestly, I'm not going to trust it. You can get a gene bank if you want to swap things around, but I don't have enough of those yet, so...
Ridiculous. This can't be. No.
Good enough. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with this whatsoever. A lot of faces. I wonder if they're real people. They probably are, actually, just very old photographs. Because I guess old photographs aren't really in copyright, because isn't that how copyright works or something? I don't know. Right.
I remember you, monster. You stole Eleanor from me. Twisted that baby girl into a thing so sick it can't even die. And now you come swanning into my neighborhood looking for me. Wrong turn, Tin Daddy. When we hang you from a street light and you choking out your last, I want you to remember my face.
Alright. Did say we'd be dealing with Grace. And boy howdy do we have to deal with her. So we'll nip into there. Just to explore this immediate area for now. Hello. Now, I can harvest them, but I'm not going to yet. There is a reason for that. I will simply leave them to it for now. You'll see why later.
Faster, Mr. B. Don't make me carry you.
Nice. Let's make this immediate area nice and safe, so that's good.
Religious rites, Doctor? You're free to kneel before whatever tribal fetish you favor in the comfort of your own home. But in Rapture, liberty is our only law. A man's only duty is to himself. To imply otherwise, therefore, is criminal.
Ask yourself, Andrew, what is your great chain of progress but a faith? The chain is a symbol for an irrational force guiding us towards ascension. No less mystic than the crucifixes you seize and burn.
Good enough. Just managed to grab that before we fell off.
My folks lived in the St. Louis Hooverville in 32, and the drop is worse by a mile. Nobody's supposed to live down here. City pissing on us. Never try. Ryan doesn't care, and Fontaine's a damn crook. But Dr. Lamb cares. We're still people to her. She's offering free mental counseling on Sundays. When I go, I get the feeling she's got a plan for Rapture. And for me.
We'll deal with them later. Alright. Off into the deluxe. That door's sealed up for now. It opens up later on, which is convenient when you need to get back here later on, but for now it's sealed.
Gracie says, piss off and die, tin shit.
Well, that's adoring.
Well, sport, I guess Gracie's home. But that big lug just dropped half my damn hotel in your way. Now, to break through that mess, I expect you're gonna have to work out how he got so burly. Find yourself a genetic research camera, son. You can pick up any number of tricks from a splicer with one of those. Try the pawn shop downtown.
Yep, and this is where we introduced the research camera. It was a neat little thing from the first game, but I will say it is actually improved in this game, so that's nice.
Old Papa's Drop's the worst neighborhood in Rapture, but it's a hell of an opportunity to raise up some affordable housing. When Atlantic Express was constructing their luxury passenger line, this place was hollowed out beneath as flop houses for the railway crew. Nobody was supposed to reside down here long term, but when you're broke in this town, you're not exactly swimming in alternatives. I don't favor spending more than an hour or so down here at a time. There ain't a side of the tracks more wrong than under 'em.
Let's try that again, shall we? Oops. Yes. Nice. Alright, so off to get a research camera. Which, as I said, acts a little differently in this game compared to the first one, which honestly is better. And they didn't even bother with research in Infinite, so you know. Because the research thing came from System Shock. And that's why I don't want to kill the big daddy or the little sister, because I'm like, well, it is what it is. And assuming I could research them later on, that'll be better.
How I long for one night where I get out of my
Hello. Hey, what are you doing? So, nothing, there's a whole bunch of new stuff here, but I can't afford any of it yet. We need to do a few harvests first. Alright. Just remember this place being really, like, unstable. Hello.
What? Thinks he's a hard lad. Yeah. Ow! Bleeding out. You can't stand up to me.
Ow! Gotcha. Alright. There's something going off. Hey, look. There's the camera I'm looking for. Ain't that peachy, but it's locked.
Well, there's the pawn shop, but it's bolted up tight. You'll have to find another way inside, I expect.
No kidding. We'll do that, not a problem.
What do they expect? You keep enough drug stash in this clinic to slice up a rhinoceros. Of course every poor soul in a drop's gonna start beating down your door. It's my job to think up a new key code to keep them out. Seems like every other day now. Nuts. I'll mull it over for a while at the Fishbowl Diner.
So, we gotta find a code, because that's what you do.
This is it. It's over. I built this railroad from nothing. Played by Mr. Ryan's rules. But then he asks me to sink my own cash reserves into the banks to give Rapture some breathing room. And now Austin goddamn Bathysphere wants to buy me out. Decommission the entire rail. I have no family, and no time for friends. I am the Atlantic Express. And this is the end of the line.
Told you we'd be hearing from him again. Alright. Sounds good. I'm sure it's fine. Nom 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 nom. Stuff around here, including some dead cats, because I guess that's a thing. And look! 0047. Lucky me. And look what I get. Haha. Shotgun. Double barrel this time. One-handed. Ah. Yeah, I don't really like the shotgun that much. Where'd you go? Aren't you supposed to break this door down? I'm sure you're supposed to break that door down. Oh well. I guess they decided not to. Ooh, hello. I'm sure that's why the windows have been blown out.
Eleanor's grown now, baby snatcher. Even after what you did to her, Dr. Lamb found a way to shape that girl into something perfect, something holy. She's a daughter to us all. Nobody in Rapture will shelter you now.
Gracie's got the wrong idea. You're not responsible for turning Eleanor into a little sister. Big daddies are just slaves, and you only recently broke free.
That is actually quite true. Alright, we need to get that camera.
It's time to sleep. No, I want to play. No, Mr. Beast.
It's fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. Alright, 00. Ding. Alright, we're in.
Preservation! Self-preservation!
I do like the auto hacks. Alright. And I do like this piece of music. It's sort of film noir-esque, which I presume is supposed to be the point because it's that kind of area. Alright. That. Obviously that's the way we're supposed to go, so let's go this way and do a little bit of exploring. Because there's some nice stuff you can find in this immediate area. Which we'll see as we go along. Including 1 power to the people station. Right, what do we want from this? Let me see. Shotgun clip size. Yeah, you can turn the double barrel into a not double barrel, even though it's still technically a double barrel. It gets complicated. If you want that, I guess. I'm thinking rivet gun clip size might be useful, but then so would machine gun recoil reduction. Let's go clip size.
Children. Yes, 3 little angels. All gone now. I wonder if they... The bank sent you, didn't they? The collection. Give it away.
Gotcha.
Another day, no clients. Atlas and Ryan start going at it hot and heavy, and all my business dries up. It used to be easy. Put the eye on some spliced up dame's wandering husband and rake in the dough. Now it's got so bad I had to put my camera in hock at King Pawn. Makes a guy consider splicing up himself. If I had 2 dimes to rub together, that is.
Of course, there's another clue about where the camera is if you somehow haven't already spotted it.
For Eleanor and...
Ow! Wanna mess with melee? I can do that too.
Now, Eleanor, Mummy has to go away for a while. You shall be staying with Aunt Gracie.
Mummy, don't go.
Eleanor, you are better than that. Do you remember what I told you?
I am very special.
That's right. And what else?
I was born to change the world.
Yes. And when Mummy returns home, the world will be very different indeed. She will make it ready for you.
Yeah, because that's definitely not going to mess up a child's development, is it? However could it? You shooting at me? Oh, you are. There we go. Wasn't 100% sure. Grab all that stuff. Off we go down here. And it puts us right where we need to be. More or less. That's the hole we need to drop down. That's the thing I just sort of zapped and turned over to my side. Of course, this is the other side of the door that I said we'd be going down later. See, look, there's the camera. There's the stairs I just came up. Ain't it nice? Sounds like they're having fun. All right. Camera in a moment.
Sold out! Watch your back. Who can afford to sleep?
Ah! My heirlooms! Leave them! Mending now. Huh. I suppose I could use this. I might need it one day.
Dr. Lamb, Sophia, I came down here to sing and to start a family, but I just don't fit with these people. Look at you. You fit with them.
Grace, in Ryan's rapture, I am the pariah. You and I share unpopular ideas, but I wonder, how devoted are you to the rapture people? If you wish to know more, wear this butterfly brooch at our next session. If not, no harm done. We shall never speak of it again.
Yes, butterflies. That's the symbol, because I guess that's what they wanted to use. And bonk. Hello, we're here. Camera. Got the research camera. Nice.
That thing's a miracle in Technicolor, kid. Works like a movie camera. Start the film rolling before you open fire on a splicer, and then anything you hit him with tells you more about his DNA. Let's give it a dry run, shall we?
Yeah, so it works different. Rather than just taking basic pictures when they're doing whatever it is they're doing, what you're actually going to do...
Easy now. Looks like you got the jump on this fella. Start your camera recording him, then hit him with a little bit of everything.
Like that.
Plasmids, firearms, whatever you... That's it, son. Camera spits out a prize once in a while as you learn what makes a splicer tick. Now, find one of those big old brutes and take him out on film. Before long, you'll be able to brush aside that mess at the hotel.
Nice. One of the good things, actually one of the things you do actually have in this is, where is it? Research. And it actually keeps track of it, which was one of the really annoying things from the last game, if you remember, is that you couldn't see what your research level was at all. The only way to do that was to just keep taking pictures until you leveled up, or take a picture and it tells you, hey, you've already done your research on this. But in this one, no, you actually have the thing, and it even tells you what your research rewards are. So with Douglas Splicers, obviously increased damage against Douglas Splicers for level 1. Level 2, increased wallet cap. I did say you could get an upgrade for that later on. Then more damage against them, and then you get the Scrounger tonic. For Leadhead, obviously increased damage for 2 of them, but slowed security camera response, and then the Thrifty Hacker tonic. So these are genuinely worth doing. Like, it's worth, you know, just running around with your camera out most of the time and seeing what the hell you can find. Unfortunately, if it's allied, it doesn't work. Because, yeah, they thought of that, which is a bit of a shame. Which means you've got to find things that, you know, you can actually attack. Ah, what am I doing? There we go. Right, back up a second. Come on, get him on the camera. Come on, get him on the camera. Whew. Yeah, guys can be tough. Take those, thank you. Take the rivet gun.
Daddy,
Hello.
are you...
Nice. Okay, the other thing, of course, is I've shown you the map a couple of times. It also tells you where the dead bodies are. So I got one there and I got one there, so those are the 2 we'll get. There is, of course, one over there, but we can't get to that yet because this area is blocked off. And there's a couple over there. So yeah, they're scattered about the level here, there, and everywhere. So it's just a case of looking, finding. It's good stuff. Ooh, watch out for the bomb. Actually, where is it? There it is.
Daddy?
Okay. Might as well set up a few traps. The area is not great for this stuff, but it's better than nothing. Pop a couple here. A few things in there. That'll come in handy. I don't actually know how far these things shoot out. I mean, the laser goes quite far. Sort of varies. But it is what it is. Right, so we'll switch across to anti-personal rounds. Should be okay. We'll also have the camera ready to go, just in case.
Daddy, here.
I know. Right. Get going.
Family, that monster has taken another of our
babies for his own. Tin Daddy is hollow like a jail cell that needs filling, and he will never let her go unless you hunt him down.
You can take pictures of dead bodies just to get yourself a couple of points. It's not as good, obviously. God damn it, stop dying before I can zap you.
Just a itsy bitty now. Angels remember, so we remember. Not again! Boy. Oh, no! Make her stop! I'm off the stage!
Nice. You finished? Yep, we're done.
Always safe with Dad.
Nice. Nice. See, that went quite well. Obviously, little sisters are immortal. Fine, whatever. Because they only get hurt and die if you've taken the slug out of them. So obviously they still have the slugs, so they are immortal. It just slows down the gathering process, which can be, well, irritating, because then it just means more enemies are going to keep spawning at you. So, yeah.
Remember, son, without using that research camera, we can't get to Gracie, and that means we're stuck here. Get one of those big apes on film, then work him over.
Dance with them, Daddy!
Do we have enough for... We're gonna get a health upgrade. Armored shell would be quite nice. Let's get that while we're passing by. And we'll get rid of... I barely used the drill. Get rid of that. Alright. Okay. Here's the next one. A bunch of traps down around here.
Adam, Daddy, right here.
I know, you little brat. Shut up. Hey. Actually, you could come in handy right now. Actually, what have we got in terms of... I don't even know if there's a dedicated button to go to the research page or not. Alright, so we've got almost a level 2 for that. Big Daddy's level 1, increased damage against Big Daddies, of course. Drill damage. Ooh, arms race tonic. That might be nice. Security, double ammo on destroy security. That would be useful. Deadly machines tonic. So yeah, it is worth doing this. Of course, you also get like achievements and stuff for it. Why wouldn't you? Alright, let's get you as well, and then we can drop this one off in the thing. Right, what have we got? Yep. That'll do it. We also got the shotgun. Actually, we got the shotgun. Get on it.
The monster has taken another of our children, family. He would turn her from us just as he did to Eleanor. Show this thing what befalls the boogeyman when he steps into our garden.
Hey, let's go on that one. That's good. Come on. That'll do it. Very good. Nice. Keep an eye out for more people.
Come on, Daddy. Daddy!
Time to go.
You always save me from the monsters.
Damn straight. All these before something bad happens. Hello, big guy. For the record, if you don't actively engage your enemy, you can still get points off of it using the research camera, but it's a very limited amount. So obviously you want to, you do want to actually engage it. And for the record, it's entirely perfectly okay to... Where's the... Okay, actually we can drop you off here, can't we? Rescue! Okay, God damn it. I just noticed, I think my internet just died. Give me a minute. Okay, I think we are back. I noticed the internet, dropped out for a few minutes there. I don't know exactly what happened. It was literally that the internet died. No idea when it went down. Presumably sometime in the middle of the fight, perhaps? I don't know. But yeah, so I dropped off the little sister at the thing and got the Adam off her. That's literally all that happened. I don't think you missed too much else.
Help me find this scoundrel.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Sorry about that. I have no control over that kind of stuff because it's just the internet is the internet. So, it is what it is.
I'm smarter than you.
Alright, we did get a whole bunch of atoms, so we can buy a health upgrade and an EVE upgrade. Definitely. Do I want anything else? EVE Saber might be nice. I need 75 though, because I'd need an extra... Oh, and Headhunter would be good too. Okay, so there's a couple of things we want to get there, but we're going to need some gene tonic slots. So for that, we're going to need a bit more Adam. But we still got another 2. Is it 2? Hang on. No, we got another 1. Sorry, we got another 1 sister in this place yet. But, actually, was the Big Daddy back there? Did they have a sister with them? I wasn't really paying attention. They may have been. That's a yes.
Dirty hair.
Where are you?
Come out. You're too common for the common good. Drip.
Stop it.
Dr. Lamb,
Sophia, press the wrong button.
I came down here to sing and to start a family, but I just don't fit with these people. Look at you. You fit with them.
I can't stop that once it started. Hello.
In Ryan's rapture, I am the pariah. ideas. But I wonder, how devoted are you to the Rapture people? If you wish to know more, wear this butterfly brooch at our next session. If not, no harm done. We shall never speak of it again.
Okay, well that was that. Did I get a level up on that?
Using that camera is a bit like telling a joke. Each time you tell it the same way, it gets a little more stale, so you gotta change it up to keep it fresh.
I know. Trust me, I know. Played this game before. Right. You also need more points in order to actually... Oh, no! Bollocks! No, 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 I didn't... Ugh! I didn't want to do that. Hang on, when was the last time... Oh, God damn it, when was the last time I made a quick save? That was about 10 minutes ago. Was that before the fight? Probably was. God damn it, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to pick up the cream bar that was on the floor. Ah! Oh, God damn it. Okay, well, that's extra annoying because that's 80 points of Adam that I literally cannot get back. So, oh God, can I be arsed to reload and do that again? Or should I just accept that I fucked up and leave it at that? That is a really fucking good question, especially since we now got the big sister fight coming in, and I didn't want to do that out in the open. I had a particular place in mind for that. Which is... annoying. That's my own fault, really. Well, I say it's my fault. I shouldn't have gone near the drop-off point. It's one of those things where you can do that without the two harvests. Like, the only time you have to do the first two harvests is the very first time in Ryan Amusements. After that, you're more or less... so the autosave was... yeah, that was back when we first entered the area. That, I'm pretty sure that quick save was... because I didn't make a quick save when the internet went down. I didn't think to. That was before I started the fight. See, I'm umming and erring now. Although, I'm looking at the time and it's 5 to 6. Alright, you know what? I'm going to make an executive decision here. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to let this stand, but I'm also not going to let you guys watch me go through that fight again and do all that stuff. As annoying as that will be, to have to do all that again, because that means all the research numbers will be different and everything like that. How about, let's call today's stream here. And what I will do is on Friday, when I come to play BioShock 2 again, I will start the game early. And before we start the stream, I will do that little fight protecting the little sister. I will drop that sister off and then get the next one and all that stuff. We will... I'll go through all of that and I will try to get this little sister back. That was really, 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 really fucking stupid. I can't believe that happened. That was so dumb. Okay, so it's 5 minutes early, but that's not a big problem. Because as I said, I don't really want to go without that little bit of Adam. I know it's only like 80 points, but that can buy me a couple of upgrades. And I said I was looking for a few upgrades, and I kind of need the points. I mean, I suppose the other option would be for me to just use Cheat Engine to give myself some points or something like that. But that doesn't feel quite as genuine as just reloading a save after a fuck up. So let's end it here for today. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.